Hello everybody, welcome to twitch.tv/jchensor, aka the Chensor Dynasty. I am James Chen, your host, aka jchensor, and this is the Chen Reaction, where I just talk about something, either a controversial topic or just something that I want to get off my own chest, or something very simple like today. This weekend coming up is the Tekken World Tour Finals. And it's always been one of the most exciting events. We've had some of the greatest matches happen and some amazing action, especially in the last chance qualifiers as well. They've got a super awesome format for the finals that's super unique to them. But I just kind of want to talk about all those different things like that. Now, keep in mind, I am not a Tekken expert, nor am I a Tekken expert on the scene, on the state, on the storylines, etc., of the Tekken World Tour. So what this stream is aiming to do is to be a kind of high-level view of the Tekken World Tour, just to kind of give casual audiences reasons to want to watch the Tekken World Tour. So also, if you are in the chat and you are someone who knows a lot more about the Tekken scene, the Tekken storylines, and you want to add something to the conversation, feel free to type at jchensor in the chat and let me know, etc. So yeah, I'm really excited for the Tekken World Tour this weekend. So in case you guys are new to this Tekken World Tour or not familiar with it, let me pull up some information onto the stream from smash.gg here. Okay. Now, one of the interesting things about the Tekken World Tour this year that I will mention very quickly and early on, Tekken World Tour. So one of the things that I will mention very early on here for the Tekken World Tour, yoink, hey, now you can see me. The Tekken World Tour is that one of the coolest things about the Tekken World Tour, what they do every year, is that they move it to a different location. So 2 years ago, it was in San Francisco, in the Bay Area, and I got to see it there, which was really cool. The year before that, it was in Japan. So it felt like, oh, okay, Japan, the United States, this is going to be... But then last year it was in Austria. This year they're sending it to Bangkok, Thailand. So they travel all around the world, which is really awesome to see. I think that's a really, really cool idea for them to go to all the different locations like that. I think that's a really slick, and I think that's a very neat thing for them to do. So, oh, Amsterdam. Amsterdam, sorry. You know what? It's just, it begins with an A, and I'm an idiot, and that's how my brain works. So, sorry about that. Amsterdam. Okay, let me just make sure I can pop up the chat here a little bit so I can read this. There you go. Amsterdam. Not Austria. Amsterdam. But this year it is in Bangkok, Thailand. It would be sick if you guys can imagine next year if they actually moved it to Pakistan. I bet you they're going to think about it. I bet you they're going to try to do that. Bring it to Pakistan next year. Because that would be ridiculous. The LCQ would be destruction, in the words of D1. It would be absolutely a bloodbath for the LCQ. It would be crazy. But this is going to take place on the 7th and the 8th, but of this month, which is this coming weekend. But because it is in Thailand, keep in mind the time differences, right? So basically the last chance qualifiers are going to be on Saturday, and then the finals will be on Sunday, and this will all be in oh, that would be cool if they revealed another Muay Thai fighter. The only problem with that, Filthy Rich, is that if they reveal Muay Thai fighter in Thailand, then all of a sudden everybody would expect it every single time. Oh, they're in this country? They're going to reveal this character. By the way, hello, Filthy Rich. How you doing, man? What's going on? What's going on, sir? Hope things are doing well. Hope things are doing well for you. But yeah, that's going to be taking place this weekend. So it's definitely something you don't want to miss. It's going to be a lot of the last chance qualifiers are just ridiculously hype. Last year we had the ridiculous Pecos match where he got the I think it was like the triple perfect or something like that, or it was something ridiculous. He got like a triple perfect on somebody, didn't he? I forgot. But and then Cuddlecore had a great run last year. Just a lot of really exciting stuff happening in the LCQ. Yeah, the God match. That's what it was. Isaac Locke. Or, yeah, Isaac Locke. Dimebag versus Pecos is what it was. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of good stuff over there. But again, keep in mind the time difference. If you want to know what the actual time difference is, let me see if Ace King Offsuit has already created a schedule yet. It might be a little too early. But Ace King Offsuit is the master of the schedules here. Looks like he hasn't created one for the Tekken World Tour. Oh, no, here it is. Perfect. Perfect. The Tekken World Tour time slots over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to capture this. Again, if you guys are in the FGC and you haven't followed Ace King Offsuit on Twitter yet, you are making a tremendous mistake. Make sure you follow him at Ace King Offsuit. Ace King Offsuit. So there you go. So basically the last chance qualifier on the Pacific Coast for us is going to be Friday night at 9 p.m. So it's going to start at Friday night at 9 p.m. So and run all the way till 7 a.m. So prepare to get your sleep schedule completely dominated. So hey, shout outs to Lord Tiki. Thank you for the subscription for 3 months. Suck my nuts, Lord Tiki, for the sub. I've been saying that to everybody, to most people who sub and everything like that. So, so here you go. So if you're on the East Coast of the United States, then it's going to start at midnight. Good luck with that. Whew, that's going to be rough. But there you go. So there's the schedule right there. So it'll be Friday, 9 p.m. And then on Saturday, the finals will start at 7. The finals will start at 7 p.m. On Pacific Coast and 10 p.m. if you're on the East Coast. But make sure you follow Ace King Offsuit. He always has all the goods. He always has all the good information there. So, yeah, definitely make sure you follow him. So, let's go back to this over here. Yeah, here. No, that's not the right one. That's the one. Okay. So the Tekken World Tour, so that's the last chance qualifier on the first day. Now, what's interesting about this is that we can go over the people who've qualified already. 19 people qualify. I'll talk about that reason in a second. But you can see, you know, we've got Ni, the best player from Korea, Anakin, one of probably the strongest players from the U.S. I'm sure it's like between Anakin and Jimmy J. Tran, who a lot of people feel like are the strongest. Lohai has been having a great year. JDCR, of course, the God. Chikurin. Arslan Ash from Pakistan, current both EVO champion, EVO Japan and EVO Worlds champion. If he can take Tekken World Tour and be champion of all three in 1 year, what kind of year would that be? That might be the greatest year for any fighting game player ever, if not this already being one of the greatest years for a fighting game player ever. Arslan Ash here. Kokoma, also strong player from Korea. Super Akuma, really happy to see him doing well. From the Middle East. I think is he from Bahrain, or is he, shoot, no. I can't remember exactly which country he's from, but he's from the Middle East area. I've seen him at the Kuwait Battle Royales, and so it's really actually cool to see him there as well. Wait, is he from France? Is he French? Am I thinking of somebody else? Shoot, am I thinking of somebody else? Super Akuma's from France. Who am I thinking of? Who am I thinking of then? Or did he just go to Kuwait Battle Royale and visit? Alright, well, okay. Like I said, I'm not super familiar. I might be getting all my names mixed up, but I could have swore I saw him in Kuwait. But I thought that maybe because I saw him there, I thought he was from that area. That's my bad. That's my bad. So, Awais Honey from Pakistan as well. Ulsan, Double. Chanel, Rangchu, who is the reigning champion currently. Abel de Maestro. Now, I'm going to try to make sure I get this right. From Peru. right? Abel de Maestro is from Peru, if I'm not mistaken, or I'm gonna get it wrong, and he's from Chile or something else. Jimmy J. Tran, of course, one of the best players from the U.S. Nobi, one of the best. Oh, does it say it right there? You're right. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is World's Greatest Detective right here. This is World's Greatest Detective status right here. I've told that story before where I played Batman and there was like this sign that told me exactly where I was going and I could not find it. I could not figure out where to go, and my friend was just looking at me like, how are you not seeing this sign? It's like right there. This was during Batman, so now World's Greatest Detective is my nickname because I keep missing all the obvious stuff. Yes, US for Jimmy J. Tran, Nobi, Naroma, Shadow 20Z, which is also really cool. Another US player in there. Saint just barely squeezing in there. And the 20th spot here, Rest, he's not in it. So it's the 19 top players who qualify. And sure enough, Super Guma says from France, so that's my bad. But there you go. So Rest is not in it right now. It is the top 19 that qualifies because there is a last chance qualifier. And the last chance qualifier is full of a bunch of killers in there too. Which is... yeah, is that true? Let's see. Georgia, USA, says Anakin. California, USA. It's just Shadow. Shadow's the only one that doesn't get his state listed. That sucks. Oh man. But here you go. Look at this list of people that are actually going to be in this tournament here. We've got John Ding, who I just can't believe didn't qualify straight up. Liquid Gen, Take, Book, Atif Butt. There's 3 Pakistan players who have actually been able to travel: A Wise Honey and Arslan Ash and Atif Butt. And Atif is the only one who hasn't qualified yet, so he's going to be in the last chance qualifier. He's going to have a good chance of winning this, but he's got to make it through the likes of John Ding and Kudons. Kudons has not qualified. Tishuman, who used to originally be from Japan, I think, or Korea. I'm not sure. He's from one of the Asian countries, but he's moved to Europe. So Tishuman lives, if I'm not mistaken, in Italy, right? Cephit Black, Cepha Black is over here. Yeah, Japan/Italy. At least I got that one right. Jesus. So if I view all the standings over here, after Cepha Black, we've got Dojin AK from the Philippines, Pecos with the God match from last year, Run It Black, Spirojin is going to be there, Hira also from Pakistan. He was one of the only players that actually have a winning set against Nee when Nee was visiting. Trungi, Fergus, who I believe Fergus he was qualified last year. He was in the top 19 last year, if I'm not mistaken. Or did he win the last chance qualifier? I can't remember. No, he was just in there because I remember he played. I remember watching his matches. Oh, 725 is going to be there. Cuddlecore, who, like I said, last year had a great run. Nivik. Let me see if there's anybody else here. Junia. Bunch of Dimeback. The John. Rixta. Let's go Rixta. And so a lot of people are going to be at this tournament. So there's a lot of strong players that are going to be in this tournament, and it's going to be super exciting. Oh yeah, look at this. We've got Tanukana. We've got Yuyu. Actually, I'm guessing this means Lil Majin is not making it out here, is he? Dang it, I always want Lil Majin to go so he can kick some butt. I definitely did not see his name, so let me know if I missed that name. Let's see here. And the way that you... oh, really? Daniel Mato was in Pakistan training for a while. Nice, okay. But in case you guys are unaware of how the tournament works, what's actually really cool about this is the reason why there is 20 players qualifying instead of like an even power of 2 for double brackets is because that's not how the Tekken World Tour does it. They do a different format in which it starts with the group stage here, where the 20 players will be split into 4 pools of 5 players each. The cool part about it is, if I'm not mistaken, the way they do it, and yes, here it is, the top 3 ranked players from the leaderboard and the winner of the last chance qualifier will each be put in their 4 separate groups. It's really interesting that the winner of the last chance qualifier gets to be, in their own group. But the way that it works is that they throw 1 player in each of those pools. Then the highest ranked player at 4 gets to go in and decide which pool they want to go into. So they just have this board with the 4 boxes and the names of the top 4, and the guy where he wants to go, he'll just walk up and take his name and go yoink, and I feel like going into this bracket. Like last year, Jimmy J. Tran, if I'm not mistaken, he just went straight into Knee's bracket pool. Like Knee was there and Jimmy J. Tran's like, I ain't scared of no Knee, and just like threw himself in there and he wanted to take him out, and that was like super hype. And so, you get to basically pick the pools that you go into. Now, the theory is that, you'll always be trying to go into the, quote, weakest pool. And so the person at the very end doesn't have any choice but to go into the pool with all the sharks in it. But that's not how it always turns out. It's not how it always turns out. So a lot of the times it's a really fun, interactive phase of the tournament. And actually, strangely, one of the most entertaining parts to watch, to see where everybody puts themselves in there. JDCR said he's going to Anakin pool. That'd be awesome. That's really cool. Because JDCR, Anakin will be the leader of one of the pools. JDCR, because he is in 4th place over here, is the first person who gets the pick. So if he wants to go to Anakin pool, nobody is stopping him. Nobody is stopping him. But that's just really, really cool format until all the pools are finished out. Then each of these pools will have a full round robin. So every player gets to play at least 4 different players. Unlike double elimination brackets where your favorite player can go 0-2 and you only get to see them twice. This one, if you have a favorite player, you'll see them play at least 4 matches all in one time chunk. Right? So you can make sure you catch that pool and you'll be able to see all of their matches, which is really cool. Then basically, let me see, if 2 or more players, so basically here, if a player chooses this process of repeating the players' spaces, if 2 or more players from the same group achieve same number of match wins at the end of the group stage, ties will be resolved by following the tiebreakers here. And then basically what happens is the top 2 players from every pool make it out of the pool into the final bracket. So the top 2 players from each group will advance to the bracket stage, which is the double elimination bracket. So it becomes an 8-man tournament as normal. Players ranked first in the group will be placed in the winners bracket. Players ranked second will be placed in the losers bracket. So 4 players start on winners, 4 players start on loser, like most standard double elimination top 8s. Basically, then they play all matches best of 3, except for winners finals and grand finals, which will be best of 5. So it's going to be 2 out of 3 and then 3 out of 5 once against the winners finals, losers finals, and grand finals, as standard with most fighting game tournaments. And so it's such a cool format because we get to see these players play a lot. Then they get thrown into this bracket based on how well they do in the brackets. And then you play out the top 8 like a normal thing. So you get the best of both worlds. So if you like the drama of a double elimination bracket, you're going to get that towards the end with the top 8. It's just a slick system on how to figure out who the top 8 are. And it's going to be really exciting there. So that's basically how the Tekken World Tour is going to run this weekend. And it's just going to be super, super fun to watch. It's been exciting, like I said, almost every year that it's been on. You know, it being all around the world does make it a little bit tough for us to watch because the time zones are a little different. But hey, now we know how everybody else feels when they have to watch everything in the United States, right? I mean, it's screwed up time zone for them. So again, Tekken World Tour does a lot of great things. The dojo events, for example, during the course of the year is an excellent thing. By the way, shout outs to Rick the Hado, who was the guy who put a lot of this together, who you know, came up with the dojo events and stuff like that, and a lot of his hard work is what goes into the Tekken World Tour. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of people involved in it, but you know, Rick Thayer, aka the Hado, brilliant man, does a lot of great stuff, and is the person to thank for a lot of the things that are happening here. So that's going to be taking place this weekend. And again, I want to... Do I still have Ace King Offsuit's Twitter up here? Yeah, so I still have Ace King Offsuit's Twitter here. So again, on the Pacific Standard Time, it's going to be 9 p.m. The Last Chance qualifiers start at 9 p.m. And then on Saturday, it starts at 7 p.m. for the finals. So this will be the top 8... this will be the pools. This is where you'll see all the pools. The Last Chance qualifier is just going to be a standard 256 double elimination bracket. And then on TWD finals, they'll start with the pools and all that stuff like that. So shout outs to Dio Stando. Thank you for the continued subscription. Suck my nuts, Dio Stando. How's it? I hope you know that inside joke. But yeah, Ace King Offsuit. Right here, you can see the name. Make sure you follow there on Ace King Offsuit, just so you can have access to the schedule at any given time. But yep, should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun and a good time this weekend. So make sure you do tune into the Tekken World Tour. And make sure you catch a lot of the action. Every year it's been one of the most exciting events to watch. Tekken is without question one of the most enjoyable fighting games to watch, period. It's beautiful, the drama, the slow motions, the storylines going to this. The Pakistan storyline is so fascinating, right? That is clearly the biggest storyline going into this thing, is that Pakistan has thrown the entire Tekken community for a loop. Year after year, people have always talked about, oh, the Koreans are dominant. Who's going to beat the Koreans? And then all of a sudden, Pakistan comes out of nowhere and is like, Arslan Ash is like, yeah, I'm going to win Evo Japan. Yeah, I'm going to beat Nii in the grand finals of Evo, and I'm just kind of the best. But then, oh, hi, kitty. But then just recently, don't forget that Nii went to Pakistan to train, and sure enough, he ended up beating Arslan Ash 15-5. So Nii might have figured something out. Now, Nii did not get a chance to play against a Wise Honey and a Teef Butt because their sponsor didn't want Nii to gain any sort of little extra information and wants to save that for the Tekken World Tour finals. So there's a lot of little interesting storylines going into that. But for sure, Pakistan and Korea are going to have a little bit of a rivalry here, Nii and Arslan Ash. There's going to be a nice rivalry if they can end up fighting each other again. But at the same time, it would be really super sick if someone like Anakin can come in and play spoiler all of a sudden. Like, what if it came down to Anakin and Arslan Ash or something like that? I mean, I think Arslan Ash kind of blew up Anakin at Evo. If I'm not mistaken, they played each other in losers finals, wasn't it? Let me see. Evo Tekken 7 results. 2019. Let's see here. They only list the champions here. Oh, here we go. Evo 2019. Okay, so they did play against each other according to Isaac Locke. Yeah. So Tekken 7, yeah. So Anakin and Arslan Ash played in losers finals, and Anakin got kind of smacked down. But wouldn't it be cool if he got his chance for revenge, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, he started like what if he came in from loser's side and Arslan Ash is on winner's side, and then he resets the bracket? Yo, that kind of hype would be amazing. So yeah, so just make sure you tune into the Tekken World Tour. Again, the times are a little bit tougher for some people, I'm sure, but if you can watch it. Definitely watch it because it's going to be super fun and exciting. My cat is attacking things again. But, yep, there you go. Sorry again. Apologies about the misinformation on Super Akuma earlier. But outside of that, you know, I just really wanted to do a high-level look into the Tekken World Tour, get people ready for it, let them know why they should watch it, let them know the kind of things to expect from the Tekken World Tour, the format and all that stuff like that. So make sure you take the chance to watch it. Should be super fun. If you're seeing this on YouTube, most likely it's going to start later tonight, because I'll probably get this video up on Friday morning, so it'll be starting later tonight. So try to get a nap in the middle of the day so you can stay up all night and watch as much good-ass Tekken as possible. All the great commentators are there. Unfortunately, Eris isn't going to be able to make it because of plane troubles. But I do believe he's going to try to restream it as well. So if that's your thing, you can also watch on his restream as well. But a lot of good Tekken action coming up this weekend. You don't want to miss it. But thanks again for tuning in to the Chen Reaction here on twitch.tv/jchensor. For those of you watching this live on Twitch right now, don't go anywhere. I'm going to come back with the Q&A section of the stream. For those of you on YouTube, if you want to see the Q&A session, that should be uploaded at the same time as this as well. Just take a look for it in the Chen Reaction playlist, and you should be able to find them all in order there. But thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time on the Chen Reaction. Peace. Ooh.